The Diamond Awards is an annual event where the boys of summer take center stage in a Minnesota winter. This event is held to raise money and bring awareness for a good cause, and to celebrate twin stars, past, present, and future.
The 16th annual Diamond Awards comes on the heels of another successful twin season, one that saw them capture their second straight Central Division title.
Picking up right where they left off, Kepler on the season's first pitch. 8 no-hit innings for Kenta Maeda, and he set the club record with his 8th straight strikeout. Buxton to the wall, leaping, and he caught it! Buxton climbs the wall to take an extra base hit away from Encarnacion. Left side, out at second, barehanded by Arise, and he turns a double play. Driven to center, Reyes going back, and Donaldson goes deep into the restaurant. A long blast to left field. I have no idea where that landed. A drive to left field. There's that sound again. Off the facing of the third deck. To left field, down for a hit, and the Twins walk off the Tigers. There is something to celebrate in 2020. The Minnesota Twins are the American League Central champions. Welcome to the 16th annual Diamond Award, coming to you from Target Field in downtown Minneapolis. It's wintertime, which means all is quiet here right now, as the boys of summer are enjoying their off season. Good evening, I'm Dick Bremer, and here with me tonight is Marney Gellner. We're so happy you could join us this evening from your homes as we celebrate the unique and expedited year of baseball in a pandemic.
Tonight looks a little different than previous years as we gather virtually, but the spirit of the night remains unchanged, celebrating baseball and philanthropy. Tonight is about recognition for players both on and off the baseball diamond, and celebrating the successes of the 2020 season and looking forward to an even better 2021. We are also here in a big way to support the Bob Allison Ataxia Research Center at the University of Minnesota, to recognize the hardworking doctors and researchers who are tirelessly seeking ways to improve quality of life and to one day find a cure for brain, nerve, and muscle disorders such as ataxia, ALS Lou Gehrig's disease, muscular dystrophy, multiple sclerosis, and Parkinson's disease. These diseases are devastating for the patients and their families.
Here in Minnesota, we're fortunate to have access to the physician scientists at the University of Minnesota, who are translating cutting-edge research to world-class patient care. Some of you may not know that I serve on the board of the Bob Allison Ataxia Research Center at the U of M and have been honored to do so for a number of years. As a board member, I see firsthand how the money we raise at this event makes a difference for patients and families in our community. Bob Allison was one of the greatest players to ever wear a Twins uniform. In 1959, he was the American League Rookie of the Year with Washington. 2 years later, when the Senators relocated to Minnesota, Allison was a key figure. He was a 3-time All-Star in the outfield and a key part of the 1965 American League Championship team. Allison was 6'3", 205 pounds, strong and athletic, but nearly 2 decades after retiring, those strong physical traits began to erode because of a rare degenerative disease to the nervous system called ataxia.
The word ataxia means lack of coordination, and it can be a symptom of many neurological diseases.
Dad, after he was diagnosed, was determined to do something, and creating the Bob Allison Ataxia Research Center was the thing he could do to best progress the funding for the research at the university.
My first grant was from Bob Allison Ataxia Research Center. Now we have a large team of investigators that focus on imaging and ataxias, and we are the lead site in national and international efforts.
We've gone from not knowing anything about the disease to finding the gene that causes the disease to now partnering with a pharmaceutical company to develop a potential treatment. We have a very strong ataxia clinic, thanks very much to the Bob Allison Group.
That's why one of the reasons we're doing what we're doing is to raise awareness. It's my father's legacy.
So, though tonight is about baseball, it's also about raising funds. Funds that will continue to help research new and better ways to support this community. Together, we will rally in support of those that are battling these disorders. We have a great program lined up for you tonight. In addition to honoring players, we'll hear from a family touched by one of these devastating diseases. And later, a tribute to the late Sid Hartman, whom we lost earlier this year. So much has happened to change our worldview in 2020 that I could not be more convinced about how important it is to raise money for medical research. And tonight, you at home have the opportunity to participate in supporting the life-changing research that the University of Minnesota has been working on for the past 20 years. To get involved, go to bid612.com. From there, you can donate and bid on the auction items. I really hope you will join us in support tonight. The Twin Cities chapter of the Baseball Writers Association of America plays a big part in the awards that we're giving out tonight. For more on their involvement, please welcome Lavelle E. Neal III of the Minneapolis Star-Tribune.
Thank you, Marney. Thank you, Dick. And thanks to all of you for tuning in to tonight's Diamond Awards. The Twin Cities chapter of the Baseball Writers Association of America is thrilled to be part of this event, which has raised nearly $4 million for neurological research at the University of Minnesota. Our goal is to push over that 4 million mark tonight. Our contribution to this event is the selection of the award winners from the 2020 season. So tonight, you will see Twins players accept awards for Most Valuable Twin, Twins Pitcher of the Year, Twins Outstanding Rookie, and the Bob Allison Leadership Award. So sit back and relax and enjoy this collaboration of baseball and philanthropy.
Thank you to Lavelle and all the writers who are members of the BBWAA. Now let's hand out some awards. Former Twins pitcher LaTroy Hawkins is the winner of the Kirby Puckett Award for Twins Alumni Community Service. Hawkins has been an outspoken advocate for racial and social injustice, helping lead the conversation about systemic racism in America. He's an active member of the Still Got Game Foundation, a nonprofit where former professional athletes and other individuals work to support social change. Charles Reynolds is receiving the Terry Ryan Play Ball Minnesota Award. For over 20 years, he's been the official scorer and public address announcer for the Crookston High School baseball team. Reynolds, who also has played the role of coach and umpire, was instrumental in starting the Crookston Baseball Association and currently serves as secretary. Cleveland Indians closer Brad Hand is the recipient of the Dick Siebert Award, given to the Upper Midwest Player of the Year. The Chaska, Minnesota native led the league with 16 saves this season. He also won this award back in 2016 as a member of the Padres.
Congratulations to the award winners. Now don't forget to take a moment to check out the incredible auction that is available at bid612.com. That's where you will find all the information and the details on our auction items, which include this baseball and bat, both autographed by Twins legend Harmon Killebrew. This 1968 game-used baseball, autographed by members of that 68 team. And this commemorative 1987 World Series Championship bat, given only to Twins employees and members of that 87 team. Details on all of the auction items are at bid612.com. And the auction is open until 8:30 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday, December 15th. All proceeds will further the innovative research and patient care at the University of Minnesota.
There are a number of people to thank for making this show possible. 2020 has been a difficult year for so many of us, and we are very thankful for the sponsors, auction donors, and restaurant partners who have remained dedicated to this mission. To our friends at Fox Sports North, thank you for your longtime support of the Diamond Awards. And to News Talk 830 WCCO and Twins Daily, we're grateful for your partnership. We also want to share our gratitude to our Diamond Awards Hall of Fame, World Series, MVP, and Grand Slam sponsors who stepped into the box and drove it out of the park. Our Hall of Fame backers, the Richard M. Schultz Family Foundation, the Minnesota Twins, and Fox Sports North. World Series sponsors: Scott Richards North Star Charitable Foundation and Fortune Financial. Our thanks to the Luther Automotive Group for their MVP level support. And Grand Slam sponsors: Old Dutch Foods, Uponor USA, Curbside Landscape and Irrigation, Legend Companies, Love Green Industrial Services, Maslon LLP, PCL Construction, and Focal Point Partners. Also, a huge thank you to our partners that made our viewing experience extra special tonight: Caribou Coffee, Coca-Cola, Grey Duck Spirits, Old Dutch Foods, Red Cow, and Red Rabbit.
To the Minnesota Twins, thank you for making tonight possible. And to all of our sponsors and supporters, thank you for your dedication and enthusiastic support. Since the first Diamond Awards in 2006, almost $4 million has been raised to support research for this important cause. This funding allows the U's scientists to continue their pursuit of promising new treatments and potential cures for a variety of brain, nerve, and muscle disorders. Their efforts, along with your unwavering support, provide the hope that treatments and potential cures are within our reach.
We are humble in front of what we don't know. It's not that long ago that we felt that Earth is flat. It's not that long ago that we didn't understand that what is invisible, like viruses or bacteria, can kill you. And we do not make any glorious predictions about future because we don't know. We learn from nature. We go and disassemble whatever makes disease. Then we figure out how to intervene in a favorable way. And then we take that knowledge and make it practical. If you live within academia, you will know more. Not because you're smarter, because you are exposed to knowledge that a regular doctor would never have. This University of Minnesota is a special place. We have this ability at the university to go to different seams of knowledge and take what is relevant for our patients and change the practice of medicine. And we do it over and over and over again. Because excellence is not that one moment of bravery, almost lucky coincidences. Excellence is a habit. Excellence is what we do every day. And I'm so proud of my team, so proud of the University of Minnesota Medical School, because that's how we understand excellence.
A little bit later in our show, Marney will bring you the story of one family that's worked closely with the University of Minnesota in hopes of a cure. But first, let's get back to the awards. Kenta Maeda's first season in a Twins uniform was a memorable one. He posted a 6-1 record with a 2.70 ERA and an AL Best 0.75 WHIP. Maeda nearly threw a no-hitter in August, striking out 8 consecutive batters at one point, a new team record. His impressive 2020 saw him finish second in American League Cy Young voting. But tonight, we're happy to give him some hardware. Kenta Maeda, who's spending his offseason back home in Japan, is the winner of the Joseph W. Haynes Award given to the Twins Pitcher of the Year.
Kenta, hello. Nice to see you again. Thanks for joining us. And Dai, thank you for translating. Twins Pitcher of the Year. What does that award mean to you?
ツインズピッチャーオブザイヤーという賞を受賞されて、前田さんにとって、これを受賞する意味はどういった意味を持ちますか？
もう、僕にとってはすごく嬉しいことだし、ピッチャーとしてもすごく名誉なことだし、ツインズに移籍して1年目で、この賞を受賞できたことっていうのはすごく誇りに思うし、ツインズのね、一員になって、チームの勝利のために 投げられたことっていうのは、すごく自信になったかな。
Just genuinely happy to be receiving this award. And especially as a pitcher, this is a huge award for me. And to be able to win it as a first year, as being a twin, means a lot. And also to be able to contribute to our team win is also big.
And being a new player to this team, a lot of Twins fans did not know what to expect from you. Did you have the type of season that you expected from yourself?
新しいチームに来て、で、例えばファンの皆さんとか、前田さんがどのようなこのパフォーマンスをするっていうのは、もうちょっと未知数だったと思うんですけど、前田さん自身、シーズン、が始まるにつれ、こういうふうなことをしたいみたいな、目標だったりとか、ツインズに来てこうしたいみたいなことはありました。
1年間やっぱり先発ピッチャーとして、やりたいなと思ってましたし、ツインズからは先発ピッチャーとして評価してもらって、トレードで取ってもらったので、なんとか、先発をして結果を残して、ポストシーズンでも先発を任せてもらえるような成績を残したいと思って、この1年間過ごしてました。
The main goal was to be able to be as a starting pitcher throughout the season, which I accomplished. And because the Twins saw my value as a starting pitcher and they traded me as a starting pitcher, which is huge. And to stay healthy in the rotation throughout the season and be able to pitch in the postseason, also as a starting pitcher, was a goal that I accomplished, and that made me happy.
I know you are in Japan now. How are you spending your off season?
今日本にいらっしゃると思うんですけど、オフはどのように過ごされていますでしょうか？
来年に向けて、トレーニングを開始して、またしっかり体作りをして、来年またいいシーズンを過ごせるように、トレーニングに励んでいるのと、久しぶりの日本なんで、友人と会ったり、美味しいご飯食べたりとか、日本を楽しんでます。
Just workouts in preparation for next season, just getting the trainings in, the workouts in. But other than that, it's been a while since last time I came back home to Japan. So just seeing friends, enjoying the meal and just enjoying Japan.
Well, it's nice to see you. We thank you so much for joining us today, Kenta. Congratulations on the award.
Thank you.
今日は参加していただいてありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。Thank you.
Thanks to Kenta and his interpreter, Dai, for taking time to join us from Japan. Our next set of awards continues with a pitching theme. Righty Randy Dobnak is tonight's recipient of the Bill Bonney Award given to the Twins' most outstanding rookie. He made 10 starts for the Twins this past season, finishing with a 6-1 record, which tied him for first among AL rookies in wins. In his first season with the Twins, Matt Whistler is taking home the honor given to the most improved twin, the Charles O. Johnson Award. Whistler was Mr. Everything for Minnesota, 4 starts, 5 holds, and a save out of the bullpen. He completed the season with a 1.07 ERA in 18 appearances. Reliever Taylor Rogers is the winner of the Mike Augustine Media Good Guy Award. After taking home 2019 Twins Pitcher of the Year honors, Rogers picked up 9 saves in 11 opportunities this season. He's also the club's representative for the MLB Players Association. No wonder the media likes him.
Gentlemen, great to see all 3 of you. 3 prestigious awards for this pitching trio. Randy, I'd like to start with you. What does the Twins Rookie of the Year award mean to you?
I'm really excited to have this award. This is something I never really thought about whatever happened in my career. Not being drafted, I kind of figured I'd play a little bit of baseball here and there and stuff would happen. But, crazy things have happened since I've started playing professionally. And just to get this award, it means the world to me. Myself and my family, they're always there to support me through the highs and the lows, and they've always been there for me.
And Matt, you served a few different roles for the Twins out of the bullpen. How significant is it for you to then be recognized with your award?
Yeah, I would say it's a great honor. I've been through, I've been up and down for, 5 years now, and to finally put a season together where actually, all the way through even a shortened season to actually put a year together, good enough to win this award is awesome. It just kind of all the work and stuff that I've had to put in, the stuff that my wife's dealt with the traveling, all that stuff, to finally get a chance to settle in and actually have a good year. And to be with the same team for a full year and have a good year to earn any sort of award is obviously an honor.
And Taylor, I feel like part of your Good Guy Award is some recognition of a thanks for always being available to answer some awkward questions, some difficult questions in the midst of a global pandemic. And I'm guessing that maybe wasn't always the easiest thing for you.
Yeah, there was certainly some challenges, attached to that this year. And obviously nothing that we could have ever thought that would happen. But, it was good. Everybody worked together. We put together the Zoom room and stuff. I know it's tough for the media trying to, they have a job to do, and not being able to be around the clubhouse. I know that made it tough on them. So I was glad I was able to make myself present for those guys and try to give them some answers, even though a lot of times we didn't really have any. And that's kind of the way the year was, is kind of go by each minute and see what we were going to do. But yeah, it was a pleasure to work with everybody this year.
And the feeling was mutual, no doubt. Randy, you had some great success the first 5-6 weeks of the season. You dominated as a starter. And I'm wondering for you personally, how valuable was it, A, to just have that experience, but B, also to have that success?
Yeah, the first month and a half of the season was pretty exciting for me. I felt like every time I went out there, every ball that they put in play was right out to somebody, and they can make a play and get the guys out. Just to have the opportunity to go out there and do that, being on a set schedule for me personally is definitely a beneficial thing for me. To know that every, 5th or 6th day I'm going to go out there and get to do my thing. Just helps build confidence going forward.
Hey, Matt, a lot of your success was because of your slider. And even you have said you're not always sure what that pitch is going to do for you. So I'm wondering how you tinker with a pitch like that in the offseason, and if you really want to tinker with a pitch like that in the offseason.
Yeah, if I could throw the same slider I threw last year, I'll take that. I would just prefer a secondary pitch to actually throw with it to complement it. I'd like to throw a little bit more fastballs mixed in next year to kind of make it a little bit easier. That way I'm not throwing, 85% against. Then I can set up hitters a lot more, freeze guys that are looking for the slider, and getting ahead will be a lot easier without having to throw so many sliders in those counts.
Taylor, now that we've had some separation from the season and you no doubt have gained some perspective, what do you feel like the big life lessons are that you learned from a really unprecedented baseball season?
Yeah, I guess the biggest lesson I learned is sometimes you don't really know exactly what you're going to get into and what you're going to be presented with. And this year was certainly that, but it was a really nice challenge. I feel like I got to know my teammates a lot better this year. Being able to talk to them about their point of views on the current events and also with baseball, and trying to relay that to the media was a little challenging at times, but I really hope I was able to get our teammates' perspectives and point of views across, and I really think talking with Rocco in the front office, we got closer this year together when we had challenges presented to us, and just really happy I got to get better relationships with everybody.
Well, you handled it well, and the team really handled it well also. So thanks, guys. Taylor, Matt, Randy, congratulations to all three of you. Great to see you.
Thanks, Marney.
Thank you.
High fly to deep right center field. Here's what a walk-off winner looks and sounds like in 2020. Slow roller, here comes Buxton, and he's safe, and the Twins win the game. All right. Buxton flying down the line, he beat it, and the Twins win the game.
Routine play for everybody else in the league except probably that guy, and that's a huge walk-off hit.
Although it was short, the 2020 season was unforgettable for many reasons. Coming off back-to-back division championships, the Twins hope to keep momentum going in 2021. So what's on the mind of manager Rocco Baldelli this offseason? Here's Dick Bremer.
Well, Rocco, as we look forward to what we hope will be a more conventional 2021 baseball season, let's look back at the season just passed. It was anything but conventional, yet the Twins won their second straight division championship, and the team won 6 out of 10 games. As you look back at the season, what stands out to you? What are you most pleased about how you and your crew handled the peculiar challenges that the season brought.
Yeah, Dick, as different as it was, and as much as we had to change our routines, I think it was a very successful year in a lot of ways. And I think more than anything else, just the fact that we were able to take care of ourselves so well in a very difficult and challenging and ever-changing environment was one of the things that I think I'm most happy with. And I really do have to look to our players and look to our staff and the organization as a whole, and say, you know, we spent a lot of time and energy trying to make sure that we handled things the right way, and then have to carry it out every single day and asking people to do difficult things they're not used to do. And we were able to do that.
So let's look forward to 2021 under the assumption that it'll be a full season and fans, at some point at least, will be able to return to the ballpark. As you look ahead with this core group that you have, the Keplers, Polancos, Buxtons, and all that, you have to be encouraged that that group that has experienced some success now is ready perhaps to take it to the next level.
Yeah, I believe, truly believe deep down that that's exactly what we're ready to do. And you can look all over the field. You can look at our starting pitching, at our bullpen, at all of our position players, and you can point to guys that are taking their careers on an individual level to a different level. And then you also have to assume, with just the personalities, the types of guys that we have, the guys that continually learn and grow and are always pushing themselves, that when that all happens, you start to see things really come together collectively. And I believe we were on the cusp this past year of doing some of those things. And ultimately, you know, it didn't end exactly the way that we wanted it to, of course, but very proud of the way our guys went about it. And I think really we're up for the challenges that are to come. And hopefully that means playing deeper into the playoffs and hopefully winning a World Series. And we have the group that's coming together at the right time in their careers for that.
You're still pretty new to this. You've had one conventional baseball season and then last year. But what have you learned about what it takes to be successful as a manager at this point in the game's history?
To be a good manager and to be a good coach, you need great players. And we have that. As I just said, you know, you look around at the talent and the ability of our guys, great players going out there and doing the things that come naturally to them are what make all of us look good a lot of the time. But I'll also say that relying on really talented people, our coaching staff, the rest of our staff, our guys in the clubhouse, our front office for all of the players that they give us to work with, and the tremendous plans and ideas that they bring to the table as well. Nobody here does anything by themselves. We do it all together. We do it as a group. And I certainly look at the people next to me, and I'm very thankful to be able to work with all of them as well.
And as you look at the American League Central in your grand scheme of things, of course, you want to win a third straight division championship. But where do you anticipate the biggest challenge coming from? Chicago, Cleveland, or where?
Well, I think what makes the Central an especially tough spot is you don't know necessarily where it's going to come from. I think you look up and down the division, and the Indians have they've established that they are just very, very competent and talented and know exactly what they're doing. Any team that watched the White Sox last year could see just how utterly talented they were in every place that you looked, and they're only going to get better. But I think the real challenge, comes when you see the Royals and the Tigers, and you start looking at the talent that they're compiling. And we also know how quickly a team can turn things around record-wise when they have that kind of ability. And, that's what makes baseball fun. That's what makes it competitive. And that's what we want. We want to be able to go out there in a challenging environment and have to go play tough teams every day and prove ourselves. And then, when you get to the end of the season and you've won a lot of games, you know that you've earned it, and you know that you're ready to go and play beyond that.
Well, Rocco, we appreciate the time. This is the extent of our professional relationship. I'm staring at a screen, you're staring at a screen. Let's hope that in February we'll actually be able to do these things in person.
We're all very, very excited for the day when we can show up and we get to interact with all of even Twins employees and all the media members and all of the Twins fans out there. These are the things that we're waiting for, because that's when, you get the life of the game, returns and the relationships return in the way that we know. And we're going to do our best. And this is a phenomenal event that we're, talking through right now. And I can't wait to see how it comes and turns out. But I'm really looking forward to things returning, even in small ways, to normal. That's when we'll all feel like ourselves again. Really looking forward to it, though. Thanks again.
Thank you, Rocco Baldelli, the two-time American League Central Division champion manager for the Minnesota Twins.
Tonight's award winners have been selected by the Twins Community Fund Board of Directors, as well as the Twin Cities chapter of the Baseball Writers Association of America. The Minnesota media community recently lost one of our close personal friends, who just so happened to be baseball's longest tenured writer. For more, we welcome Patrick Royce from the Minneapolis Star-Tribune.
Sid Hartman's first byline in a Minneapolis newspaper was in 1944. His last was on October 18th, 2020, at age 100 and the day he died. Sid Hartman was selling papers at Memorial Stadium in 1929 and watching Bronco Nagurski. 90 years later, he was watching Rodney Smith break records that Bronco Nagurski at one time held. And through all these years, Sid always said the greatest day ever was October 26th, 1960, when the Washington Senators announced they were moving to Minnesota. Sid's quote, "The excitement was unbelievable. For Minnesota to get a major league team after all the work we had done was the greatest feeling in the world. Baseball was what made you big league." And now here's our testimonial to the great man himself, Sid Hartman.
Well known for coverage of the Twins, nationally prominent columnist, Sid Hartman.
I think it's easy to say that Sid Hartman was one of the most beloved members of the Minnesota sports scene for a century, basically. And when you used to hear that Sid would make 5 stops a day, he'd go to Target Field, Target Center, whether it was Winter Park or now in Eagan, the Vikings facility, the University of Minnesota. He did that like every day, well into his 90s. I mean, how many people can you say do that?
I also want to take a moment to recognize Sid Hartman, who's here after 73 years of writing for the Star-Tribune. He was inducted into the Minnesota Sports Hall of Fame last night. So Sid, from all of us, congratulations.
You'd set everything up and it was perfect, and then Sid would come barreling in the press conference, and it was such a sight to see that he would move people, and everybody would move out of his way. He'd sit in the front row, and you think you got your opening remarks, you're all buttoned up, and you've got this big moment introducing Derek Falvey and Thad Levine, and then Sid just kind of ambushes the whole thing.
How do you account for the fact that so many young guys like you guys had no real baseball playing time, have become general managers?
It broke the ice. You know what? As professional as this is supposed to be, Sid kind of made it a little more family feel, and he would just make the room, kind of smile.
In 2006, we were on the cusp of finally solving the Minnesota ballpark debate. It was the final night at the legislature. So Sid calls me and he wants to come over. I say, Sid, it's going to be a late night. I'm not sure this is going to be resolved anytime soon. He said he insisted on coming over. So he comes over, and it's a process, right? This is the highest profile construction project in the state. There's been 10 years of starts and stops, but Sid's a cheerleader, and he wants to be there to in his mind, help get this thing done. And I'll never forget it, as they got down to take the final vote, we're all sitting there, and we think we have the votes, but we're not sure. There's some question. And Sid stands, crosses his, like he would do, and just scowls and looks down directly at Senate Majority Leader Dean Johnson. In other words, saying, Dean, you either get this vote or you're going to be dealing with me, right? And of course, the vote passed. Target Field ultimately became a reality because of that night. And to this day, Sid would say, it was a good thing I was there that night. I got you that vote.
I just think the statue outside Target Center is so appropriate with him holding the microphone. It was almost like an extra body part for Sid. He always had the recorder under his arm with the microphone in his hand, ready to shove it in somebody's face and ask a question. He would try to beat all the reporters down to the locker room or clubhouse after games so he could be the first one to fire questions. And you just saw that microphone. You know, you knew that was Sid. Sid was here. That was like his sword. The microphone was his sword, and he was looking to lay waste to anyone who got in his way of a good story.
There's never been one like him. Being a first-name celebrity, not only in the state, but in the Dakotas, western Wisconsin, and Iowa, wasn't enough. He could not relax even then. The secret of Sid was he needed it more than anybody, man. He was driven to not be forgotten. And he never was, that's for sure.
You cannot overstate the uniqueness of that man. From how he did his job, his work ethic, and all those type of things. But the fact that he did it for 84 years when he first kind of left the high school scene and decided to find a way to make it on his own, historical. And we'll never see anybody like that. You talk about unbreakable records in sports, I think Sid's is going to last forever.
Sid Hartman was truly a legend, both in Minnesota and among sports writers across the country. Press Box won't be the same without him in 2021. Now time to hand out some more accolades. Byron Buxton is the recipient of 2 awards tonight. The Twins center fielder is the winner of the Carl R. Pohlad Community Service Award for his support of military service members and their families. Buxton, whose brother serves in the Navy, has hosted military families at Target Field with his Buxton's Battalion program. Buxton is also receiving the Jim Cott Award, given to the Twins Defensive Player of the Year. Despite playing in only 39 games, Buxton finished the season with 11 defensive runs saved, second among all outfielders. This is the 4th time he's been named Defensive Player of the Year and 2nd time he's won the award in back-to-back seasons. In true 2020 fashion, technology isn't always cooperative. Byron is kind enough to join us via Zoom, despite losing power today.
Hey, Buck, it's really nice to see you, and it's nice to see you looking good and looking healthy. How has your health been in this offseason?
It's been pretty good. You know, just been working out a little bit. Got somebody here with me to also, you know, just be there for me to throw the ball, throw BP to me and things like that. So we can't really go anywhere. So it kind of adds for me to try to, you know, get better in the little areas that we don't really have the chance to work on, you know, throughout the season.
And you are being honored with 2 awards. The first is for your work with military families. How important has that initiative been to you and to your family?
Being that my brother's in the military, you know, that plays a big part into how we do as a family, how I go about my business on the field. So each and every day, obviously, we wouldn't be able to go out there if it wasn't for those women and men that's going out there fighting for our country. So, you know, I just try to give back to, you know, those that don't have the opportunity to, you know, maybe come out to a game or so, or be able to, you know, get on a baseball field. It's always cool for me to go to the dugout on Friday home games and, you know, see everybody with the Buxton Battalion shirts on and just being able to interact and meet and realize where they come from. You know, I've heard the stories. Is some that really stuck with me really well that, you know, I try to put it in everyday life to put it in more of a perspective.
You're also honored as the Twins Defensive Player of the Year for the 4th time. And going into this season, you made some adjustments. How challenging was it, or not, to adjust a little bit the way you physically and mentally approached playing center field?
It was a little tough. You know, I worked on it a little bit the year before. Like, I wanted to be out there for every pitch that I possibly could. Only way for me to do that, you know, we talked about it, and it was playing a little bit farther back. So it's all about, what helps the team and what you can do to make the team better. And playing back definitely made the team better. It kept me on the field, kept me from slamming into the wall. And, it's not really too much to say. I took away a good bit of base hits this year as well, playing back. And it kind of translated to us offensively to get back in there and get those bats going.
Thank you, Buck. Nice to see you. Congratulations on your awards.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I also forgot, want to thank the sports writers, the media for the Defensive Player of the Year award, and also thank the Polite and the Twins for the community award. Twin Cities got a special place to me in my heart. Means a lot to me, especially since, I've been there since I got drafted. So just to be able to know I'm gonna have my name on that plaque, that means more to me than anything. Just to know that you're out there trying to help better the community each and every day, and trying to put smiling faces throughout the Twin Cities. So very thankful and blessed that I'm a Minnesota Twin.
Really well said. Congratulations, Buck.
Thank you.
I wasn't gifted to have that much talent. I worked to get that talent that I have.
He's done it again, a 3-run home run.
He's picked up right where he left off last season.
I don't need to work this hard because I already have what I want. This is every day. It's not a day off, it's not holidays. Make sure I use my left, so I stay behind and I wait as long as I can to hit the ball. That's why I'm hitting the ball like way behind here.
Cruz delivers with a rise coming around third.
I don't know how much longer I can play, but I know I work hard enough every day.
He is one of the hardest working men in professional baseball, and the work has paid off. For the second straight year, Nelson Cruz is the winner of the Most Valuable Twin Award. In his second season in a Twins uniform, Cruz hit .303 with 33 RBIs. The ageless wonder finished the season ranked third in the American League in on-base percentage and fifth in slugging. Cruz is also receiving the Bob Allison Award, given to the player who exemplifies determination, hustle, tenacity, competitive spirit, and leadership, both on and off the field.
Well, Nelson, a week doesn't go by where it doesn't seem you win a nice award, and you've won 2 awards at the Diamond Awards this year. The Most Valuable Player Award kind of speaks for itself. Numbers do that for baseball fans. But I want to talk a little bit about the Bob Allison Award. You, of course, weren't around when he was playing, but it's for leadership. And I would imagine of the awards that you've received, those things become more personal to you and things that you appreciate more.
No doubt. I think those are the ones that make the impact on your teammates, around the league, even to the fans, You carry yourself, you go out there, put your work every day without thinking that no one is watching. But yeah, always someone is watching every time you're doing something. And I guess to be able to win those awards, you have to do the right thing, and it makes it special, and it makes it feel that what you're doing is the right thing.
What were the challenges this year that maybe weren't there in other years?
I mean, everything was different. From the moment you get to the ballpark, that was, I guess, the most tough part some days, because you focus when you go to the ballpark, you drive into the ballpark, you focus, okay, let me go to the ballpark. My mind is, okay, let go there, let me hit the gym, work out, hit, and let me start the pitcher and see what's going on. And you get there, you go, oh, we got tests. You cannot go nowhere. You have to wait for the test first. So that's the first challenge of the day. And then from there on, wear the mask, clean your hands, no fans. It was totally different.
You have played a long time at this level, and you've bounced around a little bit from one organization to another, yet this seems to have been a really good fit for you here with the Minnesota Twins for the last couple of years. What's made that happen? Why has it been such a good fit for you here in Minnesota?
Well, I think I come in the right time, you know. I remember watching from the outside a year before I went there, and I was like, wow, they have a pretty good team, you know, young guys, you know, they need a leader. So that would be a great fit for myself. You know, when I went there, you know, I don't really know about much organizations, and you go there and really know what it's all about, you know. And like I said, it's just first class art all around from the top to the bottom, you know. Everybody, three players and coaches, staff, equal, you know. And we have a great leader on Rocco.
Sometimes when players get to be your age, their love for the game diminishes, isn't what it once was. The sense I get is you still have strong passion to play. How long do you think you want to keep playing this game?
I mean, I love the game so much. I mean, I have to sacrifice some of my stuff for my family, pain through the season. I mean, I was talking to my teammates after we lost from Houston, and one of the things that I told them, you know, I know it hurts for you guys, but I think it hurts double for myself because I don't know if I had a chance to go back to the playoff, you know. So I had to take care and had to take advantage of every opportunity that I have, you know. That's how much love I have for the game.
Well, Nelson, congratulations on winning 2 Diamond Awards, the MVP award for the Minnesota Twins and the Bob Allison Leadership Award. You've been a great asset to this Twins organization over the last 2 years.
Thank you.
Oftentimes, we associate neurological disorders with adults. But one Twin Cities family is a reminder that even young children can be impacted. But you better believe it's not going to stop them from living life to its fullest.
Ari, don't look at me!
Don't look at you.
Caleb, he is extremely intelligent, like wise beyond his words. And Dunky, his name is Duncan. He only responds to Dunky. He's kind of naughty. He is cute as a button. He's always kind of pushing the limits.
5-year-old Duncan, or Dunky, and 7-year-old Caleb look like any other young boys, active and energetic.
Oh, here they go.
Just ask their parents, Sarah and Dan Khasner of Minneapolis. But their lives are very different. 2.5 years ago, both boys were diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Duchenne is a rare genetic disease that causes the muscles to deteriorate over time. On the spectrum of muscular dystrophy, Duchenne falls on the most severe side.
I can catch you, Daddy! Dunky is still doing really well, and we're not exactly sure why. They have the exact same mutation, but he's not only a Spitfire, but like his physical strength still goes with it.
Caleb is a little more progressed in the disease.
If he comes up against a brick or anything laying down, you're worried that he's going to bite it. Mm-hmm. So we have to spend extra care watching over him. Any broken bone and they won't heal. And then we know that he's confined to a wheelchair earlier than he should be.
Most kids with Duchenne are wheelchair bound by about age 10 to 12. Average life expectancy is around 20 years old. As grim as that news is, the Khasners are determined to live with purpose and positivity.
We made a point really quickly after diagnosis, like, okay, let's hit the ground running and like have fun. Like, let's do things that are fun, especially while they're mobile or ambulatory. I mean, we took them into Indianapolis, decided on a Friday morning and left Friday night because there was a Paw Patrol exhibit. Like, we're just gonna do that because we want them to, you know, be able to see things. Mom, look at baby duck.
We know what the boys like and their favorite places to eat, and we make sure that we do it a lot more than we probably would have done when, you know, as a normal family.
The Khasners are continually reading up on gene therapy, advancements in research, and clinical trials. They've taken Caleb and Dunky to doctors all over the country, but also rely on the care they receive here at home at the U of M.
U of M has been, as far as all the physical therapies and having access to Dr. K, it's really been a good fit for us.
While the Khasners plan for the future, they also live for today.
I
It's a balance that has kept them grounded while they face a harsh reality.
I think the biggest initial thought was putting it in your head that you're probably going to outlive your kids. And that's the tough one, is knowing that the chances are we're probably going to watch our little boys pass while we're still around, and that's the toughest thing to get your head around.
Every night we say our prayers, and all we pray for is like smiles, joy, and happiness.
You can see the joy in Caleb and Duncan. And the Khasners don't ask for much, just a little understanding.
Our mission is to make sure everybody knows that it's a killer. As long as people know that and understand it, I think the compassion and the prayers and the thoughts come along with it. That somebody's thinking about them and, maybe dropping a little prayer for them, that's good enough for me.
What an unforgettable and inspirational family the Khasners are. In just a few short months, the Twins will be back on the field, hoping for another successful season. But before they return, there is work to be done by the front office. For more on what lies ahead, here's Dick Bremer with President of Baseball Operations, Derek Falvey.
Well, Derek, we're all looking forward to a more normal season in 2021, but let's reflect on 2020. It was a successful year for the Twins, even though it brought specific challenges that no one had ever faced before. As you look back on the season, what are you happiest about, how this organization handled the peculiar nature?
Well, I think what you just said, how we handled it, how we went about our day-to-day was so unique. I look back on it now, I got to the end, I've spoken with a few other general managers about this. Everyone was exhausted at the end because it was just a hard season to get through, but I'm proud of the guys. They came together. We won another division. Back-to-back division wins, no matter what it looks like, is difficult. So we want to continue to progress, make it deeper into the playoffs going forward, and we're excited about the team we have coming back.
Now looking forward to 2021 and beyond, this core group that you have that we've seen develop that now has had some success on the field, how encouraged are you that they are ready to have that postseason success that so far has been pretty elusive?
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot. That group, we've seen them take steps each and every year to continue to get better. And then we see other young players come up and step up and help us late this year that weren't part of the team on opening day. And there's more behind it. So we talk about sustainability a lot. We want to make sure we give ourselves the best chance to be playing October baseball. Now we've got to go and continue to push forward and play even deeper into October. That's the goal, ultimately. We know that. And so I'm excited about the core group we have.
I think everyone involved in this game, in this sport in 2020 deserves a pat on the back for getting through it to the success level that we did. We crowned a champion. Baseball crowned a champion. Do you expect any residual impact, maybe from a physical standpoint, a mental standpoint, of asking players now to play, hopefully, a 162-game season after playing only 60 during the regular season last year?
We talk about that now, and we're talking about how we prep players for next year. It's rare you'd see a pitcher go from 60 innings to 200 innings one year over the next. Normally it would be injury-driven or something like that would limit them. So we know that there's a lot of prep work that needs to go in. We know what January and February and March need to look like to get to April, but none of us know exactly what it's going to look like next August or September in terms of pushing through to the end. So the key for us is to making sure that we're spending the time now in December, in January, preparing our players to be thinking about that, both physically and from a mindset standpoint. It'll be a challenge, but our guys are up for it.
We've done everything from a distance in 2020. It seems like we're distance learning. We're doing Zoom interviews from a distance and all that. One of the sad things about last year, of course, is the distance that fans felt from a team because they couldn't go to the games themselves. How much are you looking forward to, not just here at Target Field, but wherever the Twins are playing, to see fans back in the ballpark again?
Yeah, as you know, Dick, walking into this ballpark in the first couple of games with nobody in it, it's a strange feeling. We're so used to having that and the energy in the ballpark. We missed it. Players missed it. They talked about it. We all miss it. I think now that we know what we missed, those days when fans come back to the ballpark, that'll be a pretty special few days. I'll be emotional for sure. I know that.
We all had to deal with the unimaginable last year. Baseball is changing, and not just because of the pandemic, but it is changing. Well, what do you see as the next big change in the game of baseball that's coming in the next couple of years?
That's a good question. I think about what we experienced this year, with extra innings rules that we had and some of the doubleheader considerations. I think what we were able to do this year is test those a bit. And there are some people that liked it. There are some people that probably didn't, but the vast majority of fans and the people in the game were open to some of these new ideas. And I think those types of things that create more action, that limit the time of games, things like that we can do, I think will be a benefit for our sport over the long run. And I think we'll see more of that in the years to come.
Derek, I know you'll have a very busy offseason. We appreciate the time you've given us here today, and let's hope that we can all reconvene in person in Fort Myers in February.
I look forward to that, Dick.
The odds of being directly affected by a neurological condition in our lifetime are 1 in 6. At the University of Minnesota, researchers and care teams spend countless hours going to incredible lengths to make discoveries that will change those odds. But tonight, for those who are the 1 in 6, people like the Khasner family, it's not just about changing the odds, but also about telling their stories and hopefully changing the ending.
In fact, the dollars we've raised over the years have dramatically helped our ataxia research. The university is on the cusp of the world's first clinical trial for ataxia, with the potential to be the first effective treatment for this devastating disease. Talk about upping the odds. Your donations will also help patients who need a new walker or wheelchair, but aren't able to afford them. You can imagine how something like that can make a real difference in your day-to-day. I know we told you that neurological diseases affect 1 in 6 people, but when you consider the family members and caregivers of those directly affected, that number is even greater. We are so fortunate to have a world-class university in our backyard, with hundreds of people working to develop treatments and cures for these diseases. Patients, pioneers, possibilities. Thank you, one and all, for your donations and your incredibly generous support.
Tonight, we celebrated Minnesota Twins baseball and the best of the best. We met the Khasner family and heard their story of will and determination. And most importantly, we raised critical funds for the University of Minnesota.
Thank you to each of you who have given this year. If you have not given yet, there's still plenty of time. Go to bid612.com to donate now. You'll help us to keep advancing in the innovative research that will continue to show progress and results.
Thanks to all of you for joining us this evening and for supporting the Bob Allison Ataxia Research Center. We leave you tonight saying thank you to the patients, the families, researchers, nurses, and doctors who are working to find a cure for those living with neurological conditions. Good night, everyone.